It's time! It's time!
Hello, everybody. My mic was muted. I don't know why the StreamYard decided to do that, but we are here live today on this fine Tuesday, December 6th, just 19 days away from that old St. Nick sliding down the old chimney into your living room and stealing all your cookies. I'm talking about Christmas, folks. That's right. My name is Mr. Christmas. You are watching the Left Action House show. That woman who disappeared in the background there is my lovely Miss Kitty. I thought you were going to shout out. Say hello, Kitty.
Hello, Kitty.
But your face popped in for a second. And okay, and we're here back. We're having a special show. We're going to be visited by my buddy, my good pal, Mr. Dan Finkel, who has written an incredible book. And he's got a bunch of musical numbers that go along with the book. It's pretty exciting. It's going to be interesting to see what he has to bring. I think maybe he might, I don't know if he'll do some sort of performances or whatnot, but it's a very creative, bizarre, and amazing project, not a product. I mean, I guess it's a product. It's a book as well, too. Anyway, who do I have here with us today already? Look at this. Oh, my God. Hey, wait, 11. There you go. Hello. Message you on Discord. You did. Okay, let me take a look because I want to bring you on the show today. I don't see any messages from you, though, on the Discord. If you want to try to hit me again, and I'll send you a link. And if I could bring you on around 2 o'clock, that would be awesome. After our first guest, however long Mr. Dan Finkel takes. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hit me up or what have I done? Hit the wrong button. Oh, okay. No, it's coming back to lights there. Let's see. What do I have here in the night? Yes, everything is good on my end, Uncle Vis. Indeed. All right. What do we have here? Bring that. Okay. Interesting. Big Buddha's just shared something that I will bring to the screen at some point here. Through our show. Where are we? Okay. Might be in request. All right, let me take a look there. Request. Message request. I didn't even... Oh, yeah, there you are. All right. Wow, I never even seen this tab before. Okay. Awesome. Sweet. There we are. All right, I'm going to accept your friendship. Hello. Yes. All right, cool. I'm going to send you the StreamYard link here. And... Mike, check, delay. Hey, Mr. Dan Finkel, there you are. We need to, I sent you an email with the invite link to join us on the stream here. So do that when you can. And 11 Dr. Nobi, I've just sent you the StreamYard link. Yes, let's bring you on in like after the first guest here, after Mr. Dan Finkel joins us. All righty. Let's see, where am I now? That's awesome. I'm glad you reached out. I'm very excited to talk about ElevenEleven. Wonderful. All righty. Okay, let's real quickly, let me pull this up. Let's go to the Movie City Cinema real quick. And good news. The action to ticket swap, you can swap either way now, is what I'm trying to say. That this is now fixed up until just today. Just now, you were only able to swap your tickets to action, but now you can swap action to tickets, or vice versa, backwards and forwards, which way you want to go with your tickets to action, your action to tickets. You can do it. It's doable here. So let's do it. Let's go. Let's just send 3 action to tickets just to see it happen. And I have to sign in to the wallet. Boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. And processing your transaction. Your action was swapped for tickets. Boom, done. Should I do it the other way just for fun? Here it goes. Swapping the other way. And look, boom. So you can swap either way now. That is fixed. We're working on figuring out what's going on with the theaters, the unstaking of the theaters. Some people are having issues not being able to unstake. Actually, if you are having issues unstaking, or if you can unstake your theaters, please let me know in the MCC suggestion or discussion over there in the Discord. I'm going to go ahead and see real quick if I can unstake it. See if that has been. Nope, theater asset ID is not staked here, but that is not true because obviously it's showing up on the street here. I heard a little ding dong bell door back there. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Dr. Nobi, we have a guest before, so if you want to hang out in the green room there, you can. Once Mr. Dan Finkel shows up, I'll chat with him about his project, and then we'll get you in. What is this? Oops, I had 2 links on. Haha, I'm dumb. Well, you got to come into the stream. There you are. There he is. Babies and gentlemen, our first guest of the day. Let's bring him to the fold.
Yeah, I did it. I made it on the show.
Oh, yes. Babies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
A legend in the making.
What fucking
how's it going?
Hey, dude. You look handsome, dude. I love that backdrop. The rabbit hole backdrop's looking great, dude.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
You look great. I like this red hat you're wearing.
It's showbiz, you know? I figured
showbiz hat.
I gotta like do my thing, my wing dang doodle, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah, you do. Yeah. So what's been going on? What is the Wang Dang Doodle? You have a book. You've written an actual book.
Dude, this last 5 days have been like some of the just most, I don't know, fun. I don't know if fun is the word, but just like it's just been like this crazy electricity since I released this book. So it's called MR.TAFFLES Pants of Insanity.
Yes, it is. Let me bring you full screen here so people can see it. Dude, that is a beautiful cover.
Very excited. It looks, yeah.
Holy crap. So
it's a real product, a real thing. It's a real book. And yeah, I'm really it's just, you know me more than anybody about this shit. So I just tried to write the most original, funny, wild, psychedelic book I could possibly write.
Yeah.
Took an insane amount of time to make sure that it was. And I think it is. Though so far the reaction's been incredible. You know, I was one contest and I was a finalist for this thing called the American Writing Awards, which was kind of ridiculous. I was just like, not, just like I don't know what I'm doing as an author, I'm like a debut, so it was just fucking kind of crazy.
Do you have a website for the book?
Yeah. It's DanielEricFinkel.com.
Oh wow, Daniel.
That's my name now, Bri. That's what I'm going by. It sounds like an author. You know what I mean?
It does. It sounds good.
Oh, you got a Daniel Eric Finkel book. Good luck with that one. Whoa!
Oh, man, I need to learn how to spell your name.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, I'm terrible.
I know you are. Don't worry about it. Do you have it on? It's on the screen. Do you see it?
I know, but then I just give me a second here.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. You don't have to put it on.
I'm just really bad at spelling everything, Actually, share me a link. You see, there's a private chat there we have. Just give me the link to your site there, so I don't waste any more of everybody's time. And
is it in settings? Oh, private chat.
Yeah. There you go. Just drop it in there so we can pull it up.
Buddy. Yeah.
So for everybody that doesn't know, Dan and I have known each other for a super long time. We've written movies together. We've shot movies together. We've made movies together. We've actually gone to the movie theater and watched movies together too.
In different states.
Mm-hmm. In different states, yeah.
Park City.
Thank you.
Austin.
Yeah, that's true. I've watched him throw up in a bar in Austin. That was really fun. Or on the patio, and then we got kicked out.
That had to be the most chunks ever puked.
Oh man,
human being.
It was a lot. Right after eating fried pickles too.
Oh yeah.
Right. So then you wrote a movie that was called Stan Taffles Leather Pants, and now there's this book that's Stan Taffles Pants of Insanity, and this is like a decade later. Am I right, or is it longer than a decade?
Longer.
Yeah.
So basically,
holy shizizi, look who's in the chat room. Uncle James Duvall.
So I hung out with James Duvall
awesome.
Friday, this electric little week I'm having. Yeah,
hell yeah.
I got to give him the book. I ran into him at a Foster Tim show.
Oh, nice.
And I remember him talking shit about Wizard of Oz books. And I was just like, I'm fucking getting Jimmy to read my fucking.
I thought he was going to say, Slayer, I thought he was going to say he took an insane amount of drugs too. Like, I exactly know the moment you're talking about.
We smoked a lot of marijuana, if people consider that a drug. That was definitely consumed quite a bit. As you know, with Jimmy, that's going to happen. Yeah. That's part of the deal.
Absolutely. Okay, so let me get you back on track here, because like the movie, the script, and now there's this book, but then like you've written an entire album as well.
Yeah. So let me just get back to that point, because it was I basically rewrote. I had when I had time in the pandemic to write a book. I decided I was going to write a book. That's a long story, but I was just going to adapt one of the screenplays. I've written, how many I've written a shitload of screenplays. I can't even many drafts. And I just didn't know if I could pull off writing a book. I just had no idea. You know what I mean? I've never I love reading. I'm not an avid reader. I'm more now than I ever have been. But let's face it, life's busy. I hadn't been reading a lot of books. So I just decided to pick the one that there was I did 18 drafts of this fucking script. Once it was almost made as an R-rated, something about Mary kind of trippy version of that.
Yeah. And
it just kind of there was one time I had a chance at Disney to rewrite it as a Disney movie. So I made it super psychedelic. I just went full Alice in Wonderland, and then they blew me off. So nothing happened with it. So when I was deciding what to write, I was like, why don't I just write the one that's the most psychedelic, like Alice in Wonderland-y, and really lean into that. So that's what I did. I just completely went that direction. That's how I did it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Wait a minute here. This is crazy. The guest that we're having is coming on after you. ElevenEleven is his project. He laughs and he says, I worked with James Duvall on an Anthrax video. Played an executioner. Hey, James, that's great. Small world we have here. That's awesome.
James Duvall, when Kevin Bacon dies, might be the new Kevin Bacon, 7 separation to Jimmy Duvall. We went to a party together, one of his friends, and of course, I knew the dude from totally a random, barely knew him, but a random reason, so it was just cool. Everyone's connected to that.
Yeah, it's so true. And you guys know that, Uncle James Duvall does some of the voice acting work in the Metaphors legendary comic book as well too. So
and he's a rabbit hole.
He's fucking all over the place.
He's in Rabbit Hole, right?
He's in Rabbit Hole too. Yeah, he's in Rabbit Hole the movie. You're right.
A while,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's definitely in there.
Yeah, he plays Poppy Jr. He's an incredible. He plays an incredible part
really
in the movie. Yeah,
yeah.
super.
And yeah,
sick.
I got to take pictures of Donnie Darko, Frank the Bunny. He let me take pictures of the book and the bunny and him. So yeah, that was like, I posted that yesterday on social media, and I got a shitload of people. Like, it was awesome. So thanks again to my boy Jimmy Duvall.
Hell yeah,
super talented, great man, great musician too.
Oh hell yeah, across the board. So what am I looking at here? I am the next South by Southwest. Wow,
that was me and you went to that.
Yeah,
we were trying to sell our dark comedy horror abortion movie. Didn't necessarily catch fire, but we had a great time. And you were an alien. You actually raped Jimmy Duvall.
And I played a rapist alien on a TV show called Now Apocalypse. And that was a strange moment when I found out that I was going to be raping Mr. James Duvall. Because I didn't know it basically till the day I was getting the set who it was that it was my victim. And then it was like, oh my God, it's like one of my best friends who was also my roommate for a couple of years. This is getting awkward. But if you're going to, do that deed with anybody, it should be somebody you love and you care about. So at least I had that on my side.
You guys felt secure with each other.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great scene. I love that scene. When you full alien penis. Great.
Yes. So wait a minute. Can we hear one of the is there links? Is there a video I can get to? Can we watch one of the songs? From the movie or the book?
We don't have a song. There's I wish I don't know if I have the link with me, but I created this 30-second ad with some. It's
on the YouTube or the Facebook.
YouTube. It's YouTube. Actually, we have it on our Vimeo Pro.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll find it then.
That should be on there.
Yeah.
That's just 30 seconds. That'd be cool. That's just like a little ad that I made with these guys.
I thought you don't have these songs recorded?
No, they're on every streaming service. You can hear a full song.
Yeah. Okay. Like Spotify.
Let me set it up a little bit before we play. If you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So when I was like last year, 2022. Wait, was it 2022? No, I've been here a year. So it's in 2021. I was in Portland. I took off there to finish the book, and I ended up recording these songs with two of my friends that lived in Oregon. And it was just like I made kind of a joke that I might want to, I had done raps about my scripts and stuff before. And I thought maybe I should write a rap about the book. And my friend Jerry Curl, from the Trippy Lips and the original Booty Burglars was basically, I was living with him in his guest house or his guest room. And we just I wrote the raps. He just egged me on, and I wrote the raps, and then he wrote all the drums to all the raps, and we just could do it as like a duo. It was awesome that way, actually. But then another one of our friends lived in a place called Rainbow, Oregon, in the middle of fucking nowhere, kind of near Eugene. But
yeah,
this raging river, and we were going to visit him. Turns out he used to produce like hip hop shit down in like he's a musician. Great.
Yeah.
And he also was producing like a hip hop stuff before he left LA. So he got into it, and he wrote all the music over what we did, and he composed it. So it was just fucking amazing. It was like I started it. I gave it to Jerry. Jerry, we all handed it off almost in a weird way to each other to get, for this creative inspiration that was like truly awesome. And so I performed it twice this summer, once with the full band in Montana at this party we were throwing. And then I recorded a couple months later in like Colorado at a camp out festival. And I did it with just the laptop. Basically, we took all the vocals out. I mean, all the lead vocals out, except for like the cool effects and shit. So it's really funny when I do it with the laptop. And I'll be doing this performance. This is hot off the press, Brian.
Yeah.
I'll be doing this performance in LA, February 4th, Saturday. I don't know what time yet, at the Pop Hop Bookstore, which is in Highland Park, New York. So just check my social media and stuff, because my goal is to like launch this as like a book tour and do this like all over the country. So it's starting really in LA. You know, we're starting it February 4th. And like I just found out this morning that it's happening. So I'm pretty excited. I'm really excited, actually.
Nice. Yeah. Hell yeah. So so you're not, you're already, the tour is already started.
Well, those were kind of, I looked at
Pre-tour stuff.
warm-ups, you know,
Okay.
like the one with the band, I was kind of tried some stuff like in between that, you know, just didn't work that well, you know, like,
Yeah.
and so I shortened it up. And plus, you know, I was the first show, you never like, sometimes you're just not ready for it. You know, it's like sports, you know, it's like game time's different, you know?
Yep.
So I feel more relaxed about it.
Gotcha. Yeah. You just need to work out some kinks.
Yeah. So, but I feel like, and then now I feel like this is like the book's out. We're going to be selling books there, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Should we watch this little ad real quick?
I would love to. Yeah. Yeah.
Do it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got to turn the sound on.
That was it.
Yeah.
It just,
Is there sound?
there is, just the very beginning is just that cough.
Oh, okay. Let me start it over
The
there.
way it was synced.
Oh.
Love, 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 brick wall. Book, please. Buy my book, please. Buy my book, please.
Yeah, that's our little advertisement promo.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's great. I really like that.
Yeah, that was made by these guys, Third Eye Visuals. They're two really good friends of mine, great friends of mine.
Yeah.
And when I was in Montana while we were doing that road trip, we took a lot of those pictures in Montana and Wyoming with the 360 camera. So we took that. It's kind of a shame it's so trippy because you didn't see all the cool places we were at, but it looks cool or trippy. So,
Yeah.
and then we, that last part though, with me doing the kazoo, like was this crazy place in Wyoming. I forget what the fuck. It's like typical Wyoming, like you see in a painting, you know. Those clouds were like incredible though. They were just incredible that day. So,
you know, that was fun. I liked it.
yeah.
I dig that shit, man.
Thanks, dude.
All right. So I'd love to figure out how to play a song here. Is there like a link?
YouTube, we could play a song.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah,
I love YouTube.
Which ones you want to? I mean, we could just hear.
Yeah, just whatever one you wanna share with the.
God, I don't know which one I want to do now. I kind of like them all, but
and you guys, we're eventually gonna NFT-ify Mr. Taffles' Pants of Insanity. I mean, there's so much art and content and music, all this stuff around it. So that's something that we're going to be doing in 2023 with this beautiful project.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can hear, it doesn't really matter. We can hear the first one, the second one.
I love to hear any of them. All of them.
What do I do? Should I leave you?
Share me that link again in the private chat, whatever YouTube.
Oh, I gotta find the YouTube. I don't know.
Or you just give me the name. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. It's just put Mr. Taffles Pants of Insanity, and then you can put. Why don't we hear like the first one? It's not the first one, but it's like the first real song because it sets up the sales.
Okay. Mr. Taffles Pants of Insanity. Let's see if I get it there. I just get like Trump and stuff keeps popping up. Yeah, you're gonna have to send me a link. I don't know how to spell anything.
Okay,
so
we'll just talk and I'll just kind of figure this out.
I don't know if there's a space or I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't ready for the link. But yeah, here, just
Oh, I found it. Okay, I found the whole album, I think, here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me put this on the screen here. Right. Love it.
Beautiful.
All right. Oh, it is on the screen. Okay, I'm going to switch it out, though, so we can have the audio be heard. You heard? Here we go.
This like starts off in like, the sales cult that he's like in a futuristic sales cult. So just to give you like a little, where we're at in the book. It's like the kind of the author. No, not this one.
Oh, you don't want to hear this one?
Well, that's just like my little. We can hear that. That's my little author introduction.
Yeah, let's hear that. And then wait, we hear Sizzle. Is that where we're going into?
We could do both if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Goddamn Finkel laces out, ain't this jingle, not trying to make a single. This is for my book.
Hold on. start it over from the top here. Okay.
About the author. I'm Daniel Eric Finkel, not Ray goddamn Finkel. Laces out, ain't this jingle, not trying to make a single. This is from my book that I wrote as a clever way for me to promote and quote about my book. Dog, it's a hit, and my spit is legit, so I came up with the shit so you read it and share it on your social media pages. I know what the game is, to be creatively courageous is outrageously contagious, and I may just state my name on the melted brain with lyrical flames about the pants that are insane.
All right, about the author. Here we go.
Great.
Sizzle! Sizzle! Go! We don't stop for lunch. Lunch is for chumps. We work all the time. Free time for crime. We always rehash to double our cash. We'll buzz right in, increase their margin. Yo, Mr. Taffle, you better channel along to the call and response ping pong to this song. To bang the big gong with Salesforce passion requires action to your pure sense of passion. How you gonna sizzle when you look so sloppy? Better fix that suit that's not hemmed properly. It's gotta be what's hold you down. That and your ex, you're just a public clown. The clown. You don't just dance. Who's the boss? Now you don't need that. So stare at the pants. They start to entrance you. The way to the matter will over extravaganza. Sizzle. When the meat starts to sizzle, the juice gets loose. What you gonna do? Wrap it up. What else you gonna do? Slurp it in and suck it down. The night before the extravaganza, and there's nothing much to do except walk at the pictures your hot ex took with you. She was an artist and a model, lipstick, pinkish reddish. The best thing was she had an extreme nerd fetish. Now I'm looking at the pants, mama looking at the pants. Gonna put on the pants, mama putting on the pants. Gonna go out with the pants downtown with the pants. Can't take off the pants, not wearing other pants. Your GPS went rogue and led you to an alley in the dark. Straight into the light of a giant question mark. Then the wall, not the wall, got pain as the wall began to call y'all like a bird. How absurd when Mr. Taffle heard that he needed a secret password. Excuse me, the wall, but I think there's been a big mistake. My pants are the reason that I'm in and out this late. I do apologize for letting you chirp so damn long, but all I really wanna do is bang the big door. We don't stop for lunch. Lunch is for chumps. And we don't stop for lunch. Lunch is for chumps. Cause 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 lunch is for chumps. For chumps. For chumps. For chumps. For chumps. For chumps.
Thank you. Lunch is for chumps.
It is. That was awesome, man. And so, like, that's part of the book. Like, that song represents like a chapter, or like what?
That was a little overview. I gotta say, I do think that it is a lot more impressive after you read the book, because a lot of the lyrics are like right out of the book, the rap. Okay, like, yeah. And then some of the stuff, like after I wrote the rap, the next draft I put in the book. So,
right. So
I was like, each other. I'm gonna put that. Like he says one of the characters has like a little poem he says about this thing, and it's just from like lyrics that I wrote, from another song.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
This kind of just sets up the sales. It's not like linear. It's just like you're seeing the sales cult, and then you're kind of seeing his journey. Putting on the pants, and then he goes to this wall. The GPS takes him to this crazy wall in the middle of nowhere, and that's where he enters this world.
Let's do another one. What other one should we do here?
You could do the next one, Artistic Treachery. That's pretty funky.
Yeah, let's go.
It's called very, very,
welcome to very funky town. Very funky town. Very funky town. Very funky town. First stop is the spark of the truth. Enter through the wall, upside down to the roof. Staircase takes you to invisible door, leads you up into a tunnel, into the floor, to a ball that's on a 45 angle, to place about 80s, let your feet dangle, wrangle. First to go find the can, I'll give you your path to the question mark man. This secret world is real as can be. Funded by aliens, technology, artistic treachery, artistic treachery, artistic treachery. Next stop is the random hallway, accessed by the escalated freeway, and I gotta say, are you kidding me? The hallway goes out to infinity, legitimately. Throw on the floor, negative space. Get flushed in the valley, the mannequin race. The space slides you down a 5-hole to a palace of boom bounces. Hot balls you can bowl. This secret world is really freaky. There's a juice ball without gravity. Artistic treachery, artistic treachery, artistic treachery. Dangerous labyrinth of pineapples next. Grave carvings of ancient Norse text. Miniaturized Vikings replace the best as you run through the maze. What the hell is next? Creative ways to chop off your neck. Glue you to the floor on a floor glue trick. Why don't they just climb up the pineapple walls? They're only about 6 feet tall. These Vikings are so damn small.
So damn small. So damn small. So damn small. So damn small. So damn small.
Welcome to very funky town. Very funky town. Very funky town. Final stop, it's a dinner party, where it's always time for a dinner party. An excess of gluttony, a marathon of Marty, we're all looking indulgent, close up and amazing to see the freaks crazy for months at a time. Wait as much as ceiling, deliver the wine. It's time to leave the party by car. You're stuck in hell at the endless salad bar.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a good workout on that one. That's the jam of the year right there.
Thank you.
So is there like a funky town inside the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called very funky town, but the crazy thing is that's not, I realize that's not that funny. There's an actual reason it's called that. Like that's actual based on like, you know, some of the alien technology and the hypnosis stuff. So yeah.
Shit, yes.
So yeah, it's what was crazy is like the magic that happened when I was writing this book is I didn't have any of the backstory of this place. Like when I was writing, I just was like, I'm going to come up with it. You know, I didn't know how or what. And everything started connecting like crazy. Even if the connections or the backup was more ridiculous than what I was actually describing, I did back everything up with facts, you know? So as outlandish as this is, it all is based. It's not just to be like, you know, it is kind of to be like fucking psychedelic and mind blowing, but there's a reason behind it. It's not like nonsensical.
Yeah, no, it adds
Even
up.
if the reason is it's nonsensical, there's a reason it's nonsensical.
Yes, chaos, controlled kit. No, I'm just kidding. I like it. It's so dope, man. The music is really fun. It's a fun way to talk about the book or to get into it a little bit too. You know, like just I'm hearing little pieces. I haven't read the book. I'm asking you questions like, is there a funky? You know what I mean? Like I think it's smart to have in this day and age, Dan Finkel. It's good to have these kinds of, you know, other mediums and ways and like, you know, for people to find and get into this psychedelic book. You know what I mean? It's just, it's smart. I love what you're doing with it. I think it's dope.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I feel like it just feels good when like, you know, we come up with a lot of this stuff, but like one seems to be working really well. It always feels good. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
All these pieces that are kind of slowly being crafted over these years, like you're seeing it like you're visualizing it and then it's kind of starting to come true. And then you're like, wow, okay.
So I think the first screenplay that I wrote with you was in like what, 2003, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there.
I really have good years in my mind of that kind of stuff. I just know that it was called I Saved the World. and and that is a potential book in the future for sure.
No, it's true. Like, so it's been well over a decade since me and Dan have written something together, but out of everybody that I've ever written with, or people's scripts that I read, Dan is one of my absolute favorites, and he tells the juiciest stories. And there's always, like you're saying, like, it's not just weird or psychedelic to be psychedelic. There's meaning, and things add up, and it all goes to something. You know what I mean? It's not just like, I'm weird or whatever. You got a purpose and a point, and there's a mission, and there's something being said. If you pay attention and listen to it, it's fucking dope, So, and I feel like your stuff is always very, very layered. So, I don't know. I encourage everybody to check this out.
Each other, obviously. So,
yeah,
it goes without saying. I think it would be a great if you on the same day read MR.TAFFLES Pants of Insanity and then you watched Rabbit Hole, your brain would literally leak out your ears, but it would be a fun leak. It would have a good
yeah. That's a
definitely day. You'd be like, I feel different. I don't know what's going on. I'm hopping around or something.
I love that. So Dan, we're gonna play a game of Crittercraft real quick. You're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna watch little fishes get sawed up by a weird blade here. So we're gonna give away some I don't know what I got in the giveaway wallet. Probably something from the Rabbit Hole movie, the greatest movie, the very first feature film to be released on the Wax blockchain by way of the Movie City Cinema. All right, let's do it. Let's slice some grubbies up. You guys are out there. Pick the square that is least populated to stay alive. We can throw on a little music in the background. I wish I could run your music at the same time, but I would have had to have prepared. But why don't we just throw on some of the sweet sounds of the Rabbit Hole soundtrack?
Yeah. I have not heard it. Well, I've heard it on the movie.
Yeah. This is the song at the end when I'm walking around in the desert naked. Just a little teaser for you guys who haven't seen the movie yet. You get to see my huge junk. No, you don't. It's not a porn anymore. We cut that scene out. Oh, look at the saw. Slicing. See? All right, let me get a package together here for the fine winner. Good stuff. It's good to have you on the show, Dan.
It's
feels right.
Yeah.
Feels right.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, no, we definitely are going to turn your book into an NFT project.
Oh, 100%, man. That's always been in the cards. Yeah. Had to build up to it.
Yeah, no, we're going to get
a lot of stuff. Yeah. Once
in
the
this
coming
starts. Year here soon. Yeah.
Once it starts going.
Oh my God, what is that? I found something crazy in the wallet here from last fall. Oh, I think this is okay. I see what's going on here. Okay. Shoot, I don't have much in the. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, we're good to go. Got a Rabbit Hole promo pack. I'll throw that on the board, and I'll throw one of the booths from Digicon 11. You can take this NFT, the booth NFT, and stake it in the or put it in the farm over on WaxDAO and start earning some.
I'll send somebody a book if they leave their address. Whoever wins.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's do.
They got to leave their address.
All right, let's do another giveaway right after this one and do it for the book, just so we can say it up front, so everybody knows what's happening.
Sure.
Because I mean, dude, this is a real life book we're talking about, folks, babies and gentlemen.
I will sign it with this pen.
Hell yeah! Now we're talking science and art happening right here on our show.
It's happening.
I love it. Down to 2 here for the NFTs from the Rabbit Hole promo pack, as well as the booth 11 from Digicon 11, our booth there. Collect that NFT. You can earn off that one. Put it in the old farm, earn some house. Oh my God, and we're down to 2. 2 dudes left. This song's playing on a loop. Let's go to a different song, just for shits and gigs.
Not very competitive music. It's more like,
yeah, I'll put on
you
something
wanna
a
hold your
little bit
hand.
more intense. Uh-oh.
Get the tension.
Swim. Oh, and we have our first winner. That is Beer Pin. Beer Pin, you've done it. You've won it. You son of a gun it. Let me share with you your gifty prize here in your whisper. Check it. Oh, no, that's not the right one. What happened there? Oh, I didn't hit the copy button. All right. There we go. And check your whisper. It's in there now. Congratulations. I'll set up the board again so we can. Jesus, that music's really loud in my ear. Let's set up the board one more time here. This is for the book, you guys. This is for.
Yes.
We're doing it for Mr. Taffles Pants of Insanity.
Ooh. Imagine.
So, yes, indeed.
Imagine your new year with this downloaded in your head. I can also send them if they don't want I can also send them an ebook if they would rather have that. Either one.
Oh, well, let's say if they're in Europe, you'll send them an ebook.
What?
If they're overseas, you'll send them the ebook. How about that?
All right, maybe that.
Just to let you off the hook a little bit. All right, so everybody jump on in here. This is for what you're seeing on the board here, Mr. Taffles, fantastic, or Pants of Insanity. Go ahead and jump on in there. I see 20 million people are watching the show right now. 1,100,000 people have entered in to win this book right here. The Pants. There it is. Look at that thing. You can hold it in your hand, take it to the bathroom.
Look at these mimes, dude. There's fucking mimes on escalators. All right. What else do you need in entertainment?
There you go. Oh, man, those are beautiful mimes.
Thank you.
I'm digging it. All right, 15 million have entered in. There's still 5 million that can enter. If you want to, I'll give you guys a few more seconds here. This is for the book, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. Look at that thing. It looks so beautiful in your hands. I mean,
it does feel great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it definitely feels great. It's a
Hell
product.
yeah.
It's like I made a product.
Yeah, look at that. Have you like ripped a page out of it yet, just for fun? Just
No.
like have one missing page.
I have to pay for these things.
No, it's true. Yeah, you can't do stuff like that.
Give it away.
Yeah. All right, for the book, 18 million have entered in. I'm going to hit the button in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Here we go. Let's go into the grubfish pond. We're going,
people. Woo!
all right, there he's excited, guys. The grubbers are grubbing. Now they have to avoid the blade saw of death that flies out of like that, slices you up.
Oh,
yeah.
Some intense electronic music on that you made.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We should put some music on.
Yeah, some of the action scene from Rabbit Hole.
Oh, well, I don't really have that, but this is a song my niece made. I think you really like a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Luke's daughter.
This is perfect. Oh, yeah.
Andy Warhol.
Oh, I love this track, dude. This is great.
Yeah, Nick. This is for the book, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are swim hard, dodge, weave, resides, charge, do what you got to do. Avoid that blade of death.
All my friends are artists.
All my friends are artists.
Painter girls. Painter girls.
Oh, down to 3.
All my friends are painter girls.
Then there was 2.
Painter girls.
And then there was 1, and that is Yahoo Leader. You've won the book, you son of a gun. Yahoo. Why don't you go ahead? Let's see. How are we going to do this? You're connected with me on Discord, yeah? You want to send me your address in a private DM there?
Excellent.
Mr.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, Yahoo. Yeah. Is he? Are you even there? Oh my God, he's not even here. He won by accident.
Well, maybe
he went to the potty. I bet.
Well, maybe give someone that was actually there. Maybe
I know. Yahoo, are you here? Did you win that one oh, Sneakery wants the book. Oh wow, yeah.
Right.
See, we should get you on his show too. He's got a broader audience.
All right. I'm down. I would love that.
He doesn't have an address. Oh my goodness gracious. You might be right. I mean, I'll move down the list here. If we don't hear from Yahoo. Oh, there you are. Okay. Yahoo. So you have my DM on Discord, yeah? You can send me your address there and I'll pass it on to Mr. Dan here.
Awesome, man. Great.
That would be dope. Yeah. Yes, sir. Awesome. All right, cool. That was wicked. That was awesome. I can't believe I had a dream about giving the book away. So I'm glad that ended up happening. I wasn't sure if that was possible.
Amazing.
Super cool. Yeah.
All right.
Well, Dan, what a hell of a chat we've had. I think I got to kick you out and bring on our next two.
Sure.
But man,
I want to thank you again for letting me on here. This is my first podcast I've done for the book. This is my maiden voyage. And, this is I'll say one more thing.
Please.
White elephant gifts, everyone. Or like, stuffers. So I'll just order it off Amazon. It'll be there in a few days. They'll be like, what'd you get me? I got you a book about pants.
That's a great gift idea, actually. Not bad.
Thank you. That's my pitch. All right.
I might do that. I might give your book away as a gift.
Yeah. Do it. Only $11.95, bro.
$11.95 and 19 days left till to have Christmas shopping to do. It's perfect timing.
Pretty easy gift.
Awesome. All right, Mr. Dan, I'll give you a call later and I'll get you Yahoo Later's address. I'll mail it to you after the show.
Thanks again, you guys. I really appreciate it. Let me have this time.
Dan Eric Finkel, the man, the myth, the legend, you guys. There he goes. Let's bring on this next legend here, Dr. Nobi. Dr. Nobi, are you there?
I'm here. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello. How are you? Thanks for doing this. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I've never watched the show, never met you before, so nice to meet you. Good to see the show, and this is surprisingly and refreshingly familiar and ridiculous. So
okay, that's a great. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Also, hey, hello, James Duvall. You probably don't remember me. I was wearing a mask, but I was one of the executioners on Blood Eagle Wings by Anthrax. So crazy that you're here. That's funny.
That is hilarious. Yeah, super cool. Small world. So you're out here in the California, Los Angeles area, or were you? Yeah,
I was. Yeah, I'm in Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Right on. So yeah, Uncle Mars Utah put us together. You're doing a project that Mars is working on, and it has something to do with Upland. Is that right? Am I getting this right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
So it's I guess the tie to Upland is that Thank Me Later, who is a prominent player in Upland.
Yeah.
And he's also by trade, he's a let me see if I can get this right. A software architecture engineer or software architect. He knows a lot about computer coding and stuff that I don't. But he decided to make a video game called UpX World.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah. It's a layer 2 project. So it's a video game in and of itself. It's open world. And you can go around to these different experiences, one of which is the ElevenEleven gallery, and interact in those experiences. So it kind of sits on top. It's blockchain agnostic, UpX World is. And so you can interact with all these different experiences that are built on all these other blockchains.
Right on. Yeah, that's cool. I'm starting to see, we're reading a little bit off like the Wax's white paper or roadmap for the next year, and there seems to be a lot about like integration into other chains and stuff like that for Wax. And that's always been, there's always a lot of chatter and talk about that in the plans for Upland as well too. And it seems like we're getting closer to a lot of that stuff to being realized. So that's super cool.
Yeah.
Do you go across chain? Are you working on do you put stuff out on Ethereum as well as Wax, or where are you at with all of that?
No, we're just Wax, which is not because of any kind of disdain for Ethereum or any other blockchain. It's just Wax, like you said, is kind of the I would hesitate to call it the native blockchain of Upland because that's more EOS, but well, whatever. Either way, it's really when I started talking about 1111, I was talking with Thank Me Later, and I just had this idea. There was no blockchain involved in the idea, and he suggested Wax, and so that's why we're on Wax. And now you can see this is how long you have to get the current set of NFTs before they are gone forever, and we start the next one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
very cool. Okay, yeah, all right. So that's cool. So you've got an art gallery set up then through there. That's how that works. That's sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. So how did you come into the NFT world?
So, my background is in art, and I am I guess at this point, former. I don't really do it anymore. Makeup effects artist, which is how I ended up with the connections to get me onto the Anthrax video.
Yeah.
My friend Jack Bennett, who's a director, he and I both are from Virginia and moved out to LA at the same time, kind of in the same group of people in 2011. And then, he was pursuing a directing career. I was pursuing a makeup effects career, but we were always talking to each other like, hey, what do you have going on? What do you have going on? Blah, blah, blah. So that's how I ended up getting that Anthrax video, because he was directing it. But other than that, yeah, so my background is in art. I was in LA for several years. And eventually it was like, when I was born in 87. So I grew up in the 90s watching all kinds of, makeup effects, heavy movies from the 90s, 80s, 70s, all the way back to like the original Frankenstein.
Yeah, cool.
And so at that time it was like, there were only a handful of people who could do this stuff. And the people who could do this stuff were in, really, really high demand from movie studios. So movie studios were like, get anybody you can find that can do this stuff, give them millions of dollars and let them do whatever they want. So that sounded good to me. But then, by the time I turned like 20 and kind of started really pursuing it, it turned out I was not the only one with that idea. And there was a lot of competition, and CG had come into play, and it was just really a different world. So by the time I was actually in LA pursuing a career, I kind of came to a point where I was like, all right, I've done a lot of cool stuff. I've had a lot of fun, but the people who are actually getting the like on-set makeup effects artist jobs for the big movies are people who've probably been doing it their entire life and, started sweeping floors and worked their way up and know how to do every single thing really, really well, and then get into the union. So those people have really dedicated their lives to it.
For sure.
Which is awesome. And I have nothing but respect for that. But I kind of came to a point where I was like, I can maybe do this, but it's going to take every bit of my energy. And I want to do other stuff. So I stepped away. And I just in that time started playing Upland, got an ad, and then I discovered the UpX podcast with Thank Me Later and Too Stupid to Win.
Yeah.
And they said that I heard them say that they wanted an editor for their podcast.
Nice.
So I contacted them. We didn't end up coming to an agreement on that, but I stayed in touch and listened to the show every week. And then went video, and I started watching the show and kind of coming into the StreamYard rooms and talking to them more and more. And that's how I kind of came to, I had this idea for the 1111 thing, but I didn't really know what to do with it or how to make it happen.
Yeah.
It was just an idea in my head. And so I started talking to them, and it was basically just like, hey, I have this idea and you guys know about computers, help me.
Uh-huh.
And that's how it started, and when Thank Me Later started talking about UpX World, it kind of became clear that this is the way to do it. When Upland started talking about meta ventures,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, maybe we could do it that way, but it turns out that's not really what a meta venture is. there's no way you could do what you're doing right now, walking around in the gallery in
Right.
an adventure. So yeah, that's how it kind of came to be.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is amazing. So am I basically in some sort of like demo of the UpX world right now?
So this is the very first iteration of the array.
Okay.
So the ElevenEleven experience is several parts. So there's the array, and then there's the pyramid, which is the next level up, which is about to start. And then we will have the guild, which is the highest selling artists of all time. So with the array, that's basically where every artist in ElevenEleven starts. You submit your work, and then once you submit your work and all your information, like your Twitter, Instagram, contact info, all that stuff, because with ElevenEleven actually minting these NFTs, because we have to be the creator on the blockchain to control the whole system. But we're not trying to like take the art and claim it as this is, I made this or anything,
Right. Right. Yeah.
So we want to make sure that every artist is credited and, has pointers to their other work. But so the array is where everybody starts. So you submit your work, I take a look at it, and if it adheres to community standards and it isn't just an AI generated image, and what are the other standards? I don't know, there's a few, but once it gets approved, it basically goes onto the pile, which is the array. Right now there's Mars. Right now we are very small, just starting out. We don't have a lot of submissions. So what we're doing is just pretty much anything that meets those standards is getting in, and we're just doing 11 at a time. But then in the future, what we'll do is, if we're just flooded with great art, it'll all get in up to 1,111 pieces. And then once the functionality is available in UpX world, the community will start voting on which pieces move up to the next level. That is the pyramid.
Gotcha. Oh, this is very cool. Yeah, this is a really neat idea. And I think this makes all the sense. I feel like you really are understanding like the whole like, concept of Web3, is like you're utilizing it in such a perfect way here. I hope this really takes off for you, because it's genius.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely, a community-based thing, or it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Like I said, right now, because UpX World is still pre-launch, and that's another thing. Like right now, I'm talking to people about what this is, and they're like, "Well, where is it?" And I'm like, "Well, it doesn't really exist yet, but it will." And the thing about NFTs and Web3 and crypto and everything is, and of course, not financial advice, can't make any promises, but usually the way things work in this space is that the people who were in at the beginning, before it became a big thing, and had in this case NFTs had their pieces in, once it is a big thing, those pieces become really sought after and potentially quite valuable. So definitely get your pieces in now. Go to ElevenEleven NFT gallery and submit your art if you want to be part of it.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, and that one piece, that whale there is this is the Mars piece here.
Yeah, that's Mars Utah's piece.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, awesome. So there's 11 of these only, or 1,111 of these that were minted.
So there are 11, and again, this is just because we're small and starting out.
Yeah.
And right now there's 11 of each. We just kind of chose that number, not arbitrarily, but it's called ElevenEleven, so it makes sense to have 11 to start. So right there you can see claimed 78.
Yeah.
So when ElevenEleven mints the oh my god, what's it called? The what am I trying to say? The template. We mint the first 11 copies of it and hold that for like giveaways and whatever else later down the road. But then after that, the array pieces are kind of like a vending machine style. So it's a low set price, 11 wax, which I think right now is like 66 cents.
Yeah.
For the window, for the drop window, the amount of time, you can buy as many as you want. It's an infinite vending machine for that amount of time. Once that time is up, the vending machine is shot into space and you can no longer, it's destroyed. You can't get any more. And the functionality of these pieces, as well as the pyramid pieces, which we can talk about later, is that these images are going to be able to be put on in-game items in UpX World. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, so you can put it on a t-shirt for your character. You can just get a print and put it on your wall. If you have a vehicle, you can put it on your vehicle as a decal or a skin or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so that's the added functionality of these pieces.
Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know that part. That's rad.
Yeah, and so for the array pieces, well, let me explain briefly the pyramid.
Yeah.
So the pyramid is, and again, when we have a ton of pieces in the array, only the top 11 that are voted up will go on to the pyramid. And when I say top 11, I mean top 11 artists. It's a new piece of work each time.
Right.
So it's the artists submitting a new piece of work at every level. So on the bottom level of the pyramid, you have for the first round of the pyramid, which is coming up in, I think, 5 days, you'll have the first ever pyramid pieces, which are going to be the first pyramid piece from each of these array artists that you're looking at now. They'll each have a new piece in the pyramid. And those will be one of one NFTs that are up for auction for that same amount of time. So the round runs, or the epic runs from the 11th to the 11th of each month. During that time, you have the array pieces in the vending machine system, and you also have the pyramid pieces that are on auction. When someone wins a pyramid piece at auction, they own that piece, and that entitles them to the majority of the revenue whenever someone creates an in-game item featuring that art.
Oh, I see. Amazing. That's so cool. So are all these pieces in the gallery? These are all the pieces that have been submitted so far?
Yes. Yeah, those are the pieces that have been submitted for the array for this round.
For this round, yeah.
Yeah, I have a few more for the next round, and I also have the pyramid pieces for the first round of the pyramid from these artists that you're looking at now.
Gotcha. Okay. And is it like the artist can go from one piece to the next, like in any direction they want, or is there like a theme? Like, is there an evolution to, like from this piece to the next piece they're doing, or no, it could be random?
That's completely up to the artist.
Okay.
So the only rule, well, there's a few rules, but one of them in regard to what you're talking about is that it just has to be a new piece. It can't be something that you've created before and put out on your Instagram or whatever, because we don't want people kind of speculating and going to their social media accounts and saying like, oh, I think they're going to put this piece up next. We want it to be something new that has never been seen before, that exists only in the ElevenEleven gallery, and then within UpX World once it is sold and is featured in the Originator, which is like the gift shop where you go to look at all the ElevenEleven pieces that are available, where you can get your in-game items.
Gotcha. Wait, is that somewhere from this website here?
So the Originator does not exist yet. That's part of UpX World that will be coming when it launches. Yeah. I
see. Oh my God. How long have you been working on this for?
I don't know. It's hard to say because well, okay, so I can tell you when I first brought it to Thank Me Later and Too Stupid to Win. That was probably April of 2021, last year at this point. I came to them with a perspective of, like I said, you guys know about computers and Web3 and NFTs and stuff. I have access to all these artists, and I was in the artist community for a long time. We could probably make something pretty cool together. Come to find out, I vastly overestimated my physical artists' friends' interest in this world. And not only interest, but like understanding,
Yeah.
It's something that and that's one reason why I want to do as many of these interviews and podcasts as I can, because, you can just sit and listen to me talk about it and figure it out while I talk.
Yeah.
But especially contacting people on like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, I kind of feel like I mean, I know I'm not trying to con them, but I feel like a con artist just saying like, hey, here, do this thing, because I know that from their perspective, they're like, what, you just want me to give you free art and then I'm not going to get anything from it, you know?
Yeah.
So like I'm battling against the kind of misunderstanding of NFTs, and that NFTs kind of have a bad name in the physical art community a lot.
Right. Well, there's
So
also something to be said about like, uh, well, that's one thing I love about like the NFT space is you know, it seems to bring community together or around, you know, yeah, strengthens community. But there's so many tools where every person can sort of be their own studio, their own whatever, you know. So I even see that it is hard to sort of like collab with people at times because they're on their own trips or this or that, or like I can do that myself or whatever. So like,
yeah,
when you're trying to do what it is that you're trying to do, because I've also done like, you know, I've ran a bedroom record label for, you know, 2 decades, and then, you know, same with the film production company and distribution. You know, it's like basically it's really hard to work with other people and put other people's stuff out, you know, like,
yeah,
and make sure you're taking care of them right and all this, you know. Yeah, it's difficult.
yeah, exactly. And that's actually one thing that I really like about blockchain technology, and that's one reason also why I'm doing this on NFT Hive, is because they
Yeah.
have the specific functionality that I wanted, where, you know, like I said, we want artists to apply. You know, the tagline is exhibit, earn, elevate your art. So we want everybody to apply and be able to show their work, but I know that rent is not paid in exposures. You know, we want your art to be sold. So that's the earn part. And on NFT Hive, when you create a drop, you can enter, I think it's like up to 50 different wallets for the split to happen whenever something
Oh, wow.
is sold. Of course, we don't need that many. We do 2. It's between ElevenEleven
Yeah.
and the artist, but the artist gets 89%. You know, ElevenEleven takes an 11% commission just for, you know, displaying it and being able to run the whole system and to get paid. Obviously, everybody wants to get paid. But yeah, so it's a really clean system and very transparent, where you can see, you know, someone bought this. NFT Hive took their, I think, 1% commission off the top. 11% goes to the Dr. Nobi wallet, and then 89% goes to the artist wallet, and done, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very transparent and open and clean. And this technology, while understandably difficult to grasp at first, is worth learning about and worth, you know, getting to know, because there is real functionality in it, because anybody who's in the art world understands that the only actual monetary value of art is whatever somebody is willing to pay for it, you know, and we're willing to pay for the experience of having a cool thing on our character in a video game. Right. So that's the functionality of these NFTs. People can, in a new way, like really bring their art into a video game in a completely decentralized way. You just apply, and I say, okay, here you go. And then you make money on it, and then it's in a video game, you know?
Yeah.
So
Cool.
that's why it's frustrating for me, is because I'm like, this is so cool. You need to learn about it and do it, not just so that I can make money, but so that you can have your art in a video game. Like that's a really cool concept to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. I did some block explorers for Upland. I did some art for them, and it was like, you know, I felt like, oh, this is like sort of one of my dreams, to be working in a video game, have my art in a video game. So
Yeah.
I get what you're saying exactly. And yeah, we have a project that we just launched that's called the Movie City Cinema, and it's like a watch to earn system as well as like a play and earn system, but you know, like for the watch, so like the idea is similar, like down the line, like right now we've launched it with one of our own feature films that we've made, and you know, but like the goal is to have other movies and musicians, like with albums or singles or music videos or whatnot, and like basically to watch Rabbit Hole, you have to buy the Rabbit Hole Film Club pass to get into the theater.
Okay.
And so like, you know, and then like if I didn't have it staked already, it would show up right here. But then once you stake it, you can enter the lobby of the theater without having a pass. You can't get into the building, you know, but once you're in, you know, you click the button to watch the movie. There's you know, you can claim our token that we have here. But like once you come into the theater too, you can, start earning, watch the movie, and claim your reward at the end of the film.
Nice.
Well, yeah.
Definitely going to need links to that for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like the goal is to integrate this into Upland as well too. Like I want there to be a movie city cinema, like you can go into that some property or whatever and get to hear, or so I don't know. I haven't figured out how to actually sort it out yet. I'll probably be also talking to Too Stupid and Thank Me Later a little bit.
I was gonna say, yeah. You like that's the cool thing about Layer 2 is that it is kind of, so the analogy that I use is like, and this is, to be clear, Too Stupid to Win is not really involved in UpX World. It's really Thank Me Later's project. But so the analogy that I use is that my thing, ElevenEleven, is like a store in the mall that is UpX World.
Yes.
So UpX World kind of hosts all of these different experiences, and it doesn't need any of them in particular to be a game, but it needs those things to exist, like a mall. Like if one store shuts down in a mall, you'll still go to the mall, but you wouldn't go to an abandoned mall unless you want to go see all the abandoned stuff. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what UpX World is. And I think, I can't speak for him, but I definitely say reach out because it might be something cool to have in UpX World.
Well, this show here used to be called the Upland Action News, and the absolute very first guest I ever had on the show was Thank Me Later.
There you go.
Mars was a co-host on the show for a while. We've done a lot of work together as well with the Metaphors as well, and he did some of the work for some of the posters for our movie Rabbit Hole, and some of the game pieces inside the movie city cinema there. But I picked up one of those bull whales that Mars did for myself personally, and also for the giveaway wallet. So I was thinking about opening up the old Critter Craft and giving that piece away.
Cool.
Right now. Yeah, if you're down with that. We can keep talking through it, of course. But you guys jump in with your exclamation point plays there in the Twitter or Twitch chat. And get in for this beautiful bull whale.
So I'll mention something else about the array versus the pyramid.
Yes.
So like I mentioned with the pyramid, those pieces are on auction. The winner gets it and then is entitled to 89% of ElevenEleven's revenue every time an in-game item with that art is sold. With the array pieces, because you can buy as many of them as you want, you can create in-game items with that art on it as well, but you have to burn that NFT to create the item.
I see. Yeah. Gotcha.
So
that's right.
So every item that you create, you're losing one of those NFTs. So this incentivizes the pyramid bidders to place high bids against each other so that they can have, that NFT to entitle them to 89% of the revenue every time someone buys an in-game item. It also incentivizes people to buy a lot of the array pieces, the vending machine style pieces, because every time you create an in-game item, which you're going to want to have, you have to burn an NFT. And then, at the end of that round, that epic, there's no more minted ever. So that's your chance to get them. And in the future, when people want, an Epic One array NFT to create an in-game item, they're going to have to get it secondary. So only people who, down the road, when people want to flex, they're going to have to pay the big bucks to the people who buy those NFTs now.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. This is a fun one. I like it. All right, let's see. You guys still jumping in here to the Critter Craft. If you want to win one of the Mars Utah bull whales.
That piece is fun.
Yeah, I like it. I actually I might have had something to do with that piece being created. At one point, I was thinking about trying to create like some sort of DeFi fishing game type thing. And then like a million of them started to pop out. So I was like trying to get them to draw me some funky fish. And I think that was one of them. Or at least that version of that at one point, might have been similar too. But yeah. So yeah, I have a place in my heart for that bull whale for sure.
Nice.
All right, let's do it. Let's play some Critter Craft real quick, boys. Do the grub fish style. You guys are swimming. Good luck. The bull whale is on the line. So yeah, all right. So you're in Upland. You're building the 1111. It seems like you've come a long way. It seems like it's pretty much you're everything seems like it's in order and going with that. Are there any other projects that that you're in as a player, or that you're involved in creating, or this is enough for you and you're smart enough not to spread yourself too thin like me?
Well, this is more than enough at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, not financially. I mean, I still have a job that I have to do, but
For sure. Yeah.
but it's enough work, definitely, to keep me occupied. And you know, it is stressful. Like, I mean, just the concept is like, you know, like I said, something that just kind of I just created kind of passively, even in my brain. And actually, so I'll go ahead and talk about what Loyal Doyle asked me about, which was because I met him. But I was on the sci-fi makeup effects competition reality show Face Off. And so that not directly, but definitely, you know, I can't really say that it didn't influence this. Because on that show, it's, you know, you start with 14 artists or whatever. And then every episode or every other episode or whatever, sometimes they say like, everybody's safe today, or 2 people are getting eliminated or whatever. But usually every episode, somebody gets eliminated. And then at the end, you have one winner.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the structure of 1111, is where at the beginning you have pretty much anybody who wants to submit, you know, as long as it adheres to guidelines. And, you know, and the further down the road we go and the more popular it gets and the more people are submitting, the more kind of I will discriminate about which art gets in and which doesn't. But yeah, then you go to the pyramid, and then so like I said, in the array, you have the community voting on which ones go into the pyramid. Then in the pyramid, 10 at the bottom, 9, 8, 7, so on, until you have one artist at the top. And those are all one of ones. And the way that is decided who goes on to the next step is just by sale price. So whichever one has the lowest bid at the end, that artist drops off, and then you have the next round.
Gotcha.
So similar to Face Off, but instead of, you know, having to give me your phone and commit your life and live in my house, you can just do your work and submit it to 1111 and then reap the rewards passively.
Yeah. So, first of all, congratulations to Uncle Vis Nimris for winning the bull whale there. Check your whisper. I sent it to you there on the Twitch.
Congrats.
How far did you get in the face-off contest?
Well, I was going to say, well, I could tell you now and ruin it for you.
Oh, I see. It's still
no, but I don't want you to watch it.
Oh, okay.
I got.
But you can't say, right? Aren't you under a contract or something like that?
You know what? I didn't care too much about my NDA when I signed it, and I'm pretty sure that it's expired at this point.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah, I think I got what was it, 7th place or something?
Yeah.
I got just below or just above the cutoff point to where in the finale they had the final 3 artists.
Yeah.
And then each one of those artists got 2 teammates from the previously eliminated artists back to a certain point.
Right.
And I was the cutoff of where the artist got to come back onto the finale. So
that's,
you know,
fun. Yeah.
I didn't expect to win. I you know, the way that they cast it, they're not making a show where it's like, we found the best artist we could possibly find. You know, they're making a show where it's like, here's a cast of characters with disparate ability levels, and won't it be fun to watch them suffer? That's kind of basically how they cast it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I on the first day when I got there, you know, I looked around at everybody, and well, not the first day because I didn't see anybody's work the first day, but once I saw people's work, I was like, okay, I can kind of tell how they cast this and what people's ability levels are and how I stack up against that, you know? And so there were a few people that I was like, there's no way I'm beating that guy. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and there were a few people who were like, I'm going to be so mad if I go home before that guy, you know? So, and it you know what, it worked out exactly as I thought it would. You know, it was equal parts awesome and terrible.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm glad it happened, and I'm glad that, you know, at least inspired me to do this. You know,
No,
so.
absolutely. No. There's a movie that recently came out called I'm crossing streams. It's that show White Lotus. I'm watching that right now.
Okay.
And the guy that created that, Mike White, I believe is the dude. He was a contestant on one of the Survivor seasons or whatever.
Okay.
And then from his experience there, like, you know, had this epiphany and went off and wrote the White Lotus show or something like that. So it's cool to find, you know, it's cool to hear these stories of where people find their inspiration, especially in strange places like reality television contests and stuff like that. So that's cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that you can see that, that you've taken that and, you know, turned it into something. That's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah. That's, yeah, I mean, it definitely, that is a lot. I mean, you're working with a lot here for sure. I can see. So this next phase of it, then the pyramid starts in like 5 days or whatnot. And is that kind of is that like a season? Does that have like an expiration date before like the next phase of it starts? It seems like there's something else down the page here.
Yeah.
The guild.
Yeah. So the guild is that's down the road a bit.
Okay.
So this whole system kind of has to grow and build on itself. You know, it starts with the array, which, as I said, is just the applicants that get approved. Everything goes into the array. Then you have the pyramid, 11, 10, 9, 8, all the way up to the top. Then the guild will actually start at the end of this first round of the pyramid, because what the guild is as you see there, the 11 artists with the highest cumulative all-time sales numbers from the pyramid are invited to join the guild. More details to come. Mostly because they still need to be figured out. But what this is you know, after the first round of the pyramid, so the guild is reevaluated on a monthly basis. So every round of 11/11 runs from the 11th to the 11th of each month.
Right.
Starts on the 11th, ends on the 11th, new round.
Okay.
Ends on the 11th, new round. Ends on the 11th, new round. And those are the epics. And so with the guild, we will start evaluating who the top 11 artists are based on their cumulative all-time pyramid sales after the first round of the pyramid. So once that first round of the pyramid is done, by default, every artist in that round is in the guild because they are,
I see,
you know, just by default, they have no competition. Then after the next round, you know, once the 9 who have completed or who move on to the next round, you know, then you have, or I'm sorry, 10, sorry. Yeah. Once you have the 10 who move on to the next round, then you have the new round at the bottom, 11 in the pyramid. So you have 11 in the bottom, 10 at the top. After that, it's very likely that those 10 who were in first will stay in the guild because they now have 2 pieces that have been sold. But it's possible that somebody from the bottom will just have a crazy bidding war on their piece and they'll end up in the guild, you know? So at the end of each round, it's reevaluated who is an active member in the guild. And if you were ever in the guild, then you're a member of the guild. So this is another one of those things where if you get in early at the beginning, it's very likely, you know, that you will have that added benefit of being a guild member because you don't really have competition at the beginning. And then as it progresses, it'll be harder and harder, and you'll have more and more competition to actually become a guild member.
Gotcha. That's cool. But so once you're in, though, you can't get out. It's like a gang.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, it's officially an NFT. There's no reversing it.
Gotcha. And so as far as Upland, where do you dwell? Where, like, do you have like a neighborhood, or are you all over the place, or what's your style of play like?
Well, so I started getting into it about a year and a half ago, in I think April of 2021. And at that time I was just buying whatever I could, whatever was available.
Yeah.
I actually started out paying $100 for a property in Fresno, and then quickly realizing that was not worth $100.
Mhm.
And trying to flip it and failing, and then I was like, all right, I'll put it back up for way low and try to get my investment back. I think I got like 80% of my investment or something, and then I started trying to flip realistically, just buying and flipping whatever I could to make as much UPEX as I could, not really having any kind of loyalty to any city or any place in particular. It was just like, what's the best deal? What can I flip? How can I make the most out of this? And then when LA came out, I was like, oh, okay, this is the first thing that really kind of has any kind of personal interest for me. Because not only have I lived in LA, I've lived all over LA. So I've lived in Reseda, Hollywood, North Hollywood, a bunch of other places that are escaping me at the moment. But so it's like, once LA came out, that kind of struck a note with me, and I was like, oh, okay, I want to own a bunch of stuff. When LA released, I was like, all right, I'm getting Sunset. A, because I know that Sunset is going to be a collection, most likely. B, because Sunset would just be cool to have. And C, because probably anybody who isn't familiar with LA and wants to get a collection is going to be swarming all over Hollywood Boulevard. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Sunset. And surprisingly, I didn't have that much competition, and I minted several properties on Sunset, and it was good timing because I had some liquid UPEX at the time. And I think my address is, what is it? I want to say 7224 West Sunset. That's my home address. It's right across from the Rock and Roll Ralph's.
Oh, nice.
On Sunset.
That's cool.
But what I'm trying to get now that I'm, Dr. Nobi of ElevenEleven and doing the whole UPEX world thing, I'm really trying to
for ElevenEleven addresses.
I'm trying to get, and I hope that by saying this will help me and not hurt me. But I'm in talks. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's me. And I really wanted the Ralph's across the street, but I ended up not getting that. But and fun fact, I actually met Haley Williams of Paramore and the guitarist at that Ralph's.
Wow.
But what I really want is I'm in talks with Rogue Gent, who I believe is selling out now, to get ElevenEleven. I think it's ElevenEleven West Sunset. It's a nice big weird shaped property with another inset property that I'm trying to get to, that I want to put a MetaVenture on. And that's an Echo Park. So if I'm able to get that will be my home address, and I'll make some changes.
Super cool. Ooh, nice handbill you got here.
Thank you. Got a couple of the test tube statues too.
Your van looks insane too. What kind of van is this? What's going on here?
It's just one of the Series VE, I think.
Okay. I haven't gotten my hands on a car yet. I'm so angry.
I've gotten lucky with a couple of
this is cool.
A couple of lottery picks for my position in the sale. For this one, whether I have the UPEX or the money or not, I just register. Yeah. And then if I get it, either I will, go to somebody and say, hey, I got this slot. Do you want to, pay me to get I'll get it for you and then give it to you. Yeah. Or, hey, I got this slot. Could you please loan me the UPEX so that I can get this thing, and then I'll pay you back. But that's another reason why it's good to have community. It's good to have friends in the game and people that so that you can, work out these deals. It makes it a lot easier than just trying to go it alone. To pull it off yourself. It's true. What is this purple dot way out here? Oh yeah. What is that? I remember clicking on a purple dot, thinking the same thing, but I forgot
Yeah.
what it was.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, oh, it's the football, World of Football. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's the stadium, I guess. Take
I-
me to the applicant World of Football. Take me to the place amongst the greatest players in the world of football. What is this? Application.
Huh.
Strange. World of Football. What is going on here?
I don't know. I've honestly just been ignoring all of that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, this is the right. This is the football game, the soccer game that is on Steam or whatever, but it's kind of, it's like another layer or whatever that's come into Upland here.
And integration.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's what that purple thingy's about.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of NFLPA legits when that first came out.
Yeah.
Not because I'm interested in doing that whole thing, but just because I was like, like I've been talking about, the first pieces are probably going to end up being super valuable.
Yeah.
So I bought a bunch of those. And then the World of Football came out.
Mhm.
and now you have the actual football legits in your in your menu. And I clicked on that thinking football NFLPA, and it was empty, and I was like, what the hell happened to all my NFLPA legits that I had? And then I realized, oh, it's a different football. It's what we call soccer.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I've been buying those the World Cup stuff. I'm an idiot. I just keep doing it. I don't know why. I mean, I'm trying to do this collection thing, sorta, but I've gotten nothing done really. Just the two easy ones, and then so I should have started playing earlier, really, if I wanted to do it. But
well, I don't know.
Fun.
I think that generally speaking, given enough time, anything becomes worth something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
no, it was the Thank Me Later who talked me into that, like earlier on, like where it's like, no, like those ornaments and those types of things, like are going to be valuable at some point. Like any kind of just laid out. I'm like, yeah, I can see what you're saying. Speaking
of which, last holiday season, I bought a ton of the ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a I mean, it's December now. Is there going to be like a neighborhood challenge with that kind of stuff? Because I'm looking to cash in. So anybody who needs some ornaments or at least wants to borrow them to raise their neighborhood score, or
I wonder if they're going to do. They should do something like that. I don't even know if we can decorate the decorate yet, because
they did it for Halloween, right?
Yeah,
they did the whole neighborhood thing.
We should be decorating now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking around.
The trees up at this point in life.
I'm looking around the physical world. There's plenty of Christmas decorations up. But maybe we should thank Upland for not following
going there
in that regard.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, wicked, man. This is great. I really I dig, and also too, I'm like impressed at how fast the gallery opens up through Unity. Like a lot of the other Unity projects that are games that I go into, it takes a minute, and this maybe because it's not a game, but still it's really fast.
Well, good. I personally had a little bit of issue with it kind of lagging and stuff, but I guess I'm glad that you're using it and I'm seeing other people use it and it's working for them. So I guess it's just my connection or equipment or whatever. But I'm glad to see that that it's working smoothly.
Yeah, well, that's like same thing with our movie Rabbit Hole playing out of the Movie City Cinema. Like for me, I haven't had one issue. I've definitely had two different reports from two different people that have had issues, but the issues kind of sound a little bit different, So if anybody else is watching or has watched it and had issues, please let me know. Like if there's if the stream stops or gets reset or something like that, always reach out to me. Let me know. Because fixing that stuff is so important. I mean, that's the whole deal, is to be able to watch the movie. So it bums me out that to hear that. But at the same time, I was expecting stuff like that to happen from time to time. But it's just strange when it's not happening to me. So I can't, I gotta, we gotta find it a different way, I guess.
Yeah.
So So always things to fix around the edges. I'm sure is the same deal with ElevenEleven, I'm imagining.
Of course. Yeah. And like you were showing, you know, if you walk around the gallery, if you go in front of the art piece and stand on the kind of pad there and press B, that will open up the link to where you can actually purchase the piece.
Right. Yeah. It takes you to the hive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's really cool.
And I have to shout out Land for Land, who is an Upland player. He built all this stuff. He's working on the UpX World team. I'm also in talks with DMG, who I don't think plays Upland, but he made the Dr. Nobi Xlander. So like that little character that you're walking around as is kind of the generic Xlander character. Yeah. But he actually made an Xlander character that is like me in my purple zombie-esque form. So the Dr. Nobi character is he's a zombie technically, I guess, but the story is that okay, so another music video that I worked on in LA. Yeah. With another friend of mine was directing it. His name's Brian Cox. He was working with this band called Death Valley High on this video for a song called Warm Bodies. And the video is these two, like this boyfriend and girlfriend, show up to it was shot in downtown LA. They go and find this guy who's standing on a corner, and this guy gives them drugs and tells them to go to this party. They take the drugs, and the drugs turn them into these crazy zombies. The boyfriend turns first, me, and so then, you know, I am so the drug turns you into zombies, but also there's zombies running around, so I get a double dose. I get attacked and drugged. And so I turn and start chasing the girlfriend around and blah, blah, blah. And I used the picture of me in that makeup as my my avatar. So like my Dr. Nobi on Discord, you see the picture of the little purple Dr. Nobi, which is also actually I sent Upland that picture to make my Block Explorer. Yeah, that's what that's based on. Nice. And so when it came to UpX World, I wanted to base Dr. Nobi on that look, but not necessarily. I didn't want him to be like a ravenous killer zombie, you know? Yeah. So he's like this purple guy with pink eyes. And his backstory is that he is a doctor who was researching what am I trying to say? Researching a way to make humans immortal. And he did some tests on himself and passed out and woke up like 1,000 years later. And so clearly achieved the immortality thing, but became something a little weird and different. And then so Dr. Nobi is actually the first sole inhabitant of UpX World. He found UpX World first and is living this life of monk-like solitude, just collecting art from around the galaxy. And then the Xlander ship crashes into his shack, which contains all of his art and just destroys all of his art. And so the Xlanders pour off of the crashed ship, and Robzilla, who is in the array right now, in the lore, she comes off with a piece of her art and offers it to Dr. Nobi, like, here, sorry, we destroyed all of your art. Here's one piece to start rebuilding the collection. Yeah. So that's the story of Dr. Nobi and why he looks how he does, and the Genesis piece by Robzilla and all that stuff. There's a story behind everything.
Fuck yeah, badass! I love it.
Thanks.
I love it. So how do you like Colorado? Are you staying? You've been there for a while?
I've been here for a while. Colorado is so I was born in LA, but my family moved to Virginia when I was like 9 months old. I grew up there. And then I actually moved back to LA to finish high school because I had the chance to get out of Virginia, which I hated, so I took it. And so my mom and dad split when I was 3, and she moved to New Mexico and then Colorado. And so like I kind of have family all over not all over, but in a few parts of the US.
Yeah.
And so Colorado has kind of been one of the places where, I grew up coming out to this area in the summers to visit my mom. And so it's like a place that is very different and far from Virginia, where I actually grew up, but is also kind of part of my upbringing. And I still have family here, and I'm living here now, and I have been for 4 or 5 years now. But I've moved around a lot and haven't stayed in one place a long time. But this has been a long stint in terms of how long I usually stay in places. And I really, really like Colorado in the summer and in the late spring and early fall.
Yeah.
Winter is not my favorite.
It's a little painful. Yeah.
Oh man, it's like I fully understand that there are people who live in Canada and like Minnesota, and I don't understand how those people do it at all. That just is entirely foreign to any kind of thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, well, I was originally from Chicago, but then like did a lot of my growing up in Austin, Texas, where there was still some weather. But then after being out in California and LA for over 20 years, it's like I can't go back. I can't do it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my
Extreme
girlfriend,
hot or cold, I avoid it if I can.
yeah, my girlfriend who I live with now, she's from LA just by coincidence. I met her here.
Yeah.
But she's like, because she's from LA, she grew up there. She loves Colorado because it does get cold and there is snow and there's mountains and weather and like all this nature and stuff. And I'm like, please let's go back to LA, please, as soon as we can. I need to get away from all of the snow.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
so
beautiful and on the TV. It looks great on the TV,
Oh, it's pretty. It's a great Bob Ross painting.
Yeah.
But, as far as living in it, humans weren't meant to endure this kind of climate. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
But yeah, so everybody go to 1111nft.gallery, submit your art so that I can make enough money to move back to LA.
There you go. That's the plan here, you guys. I'm going to share the address again. It's 1111.gallery. Is that that'll take you to the homepage? Yeah.
1111nft.gallery.
NFT. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Slide it into the thing. I would love to get updates and stuff from this as it goes along and progresses. I'd love to have you back on the show, like whenever you have something to shout about, for sure.
Absolutely.
But we should definitely keep in touch, and I'm gonna submit something for sure. I'm gonna try to get into this. Yeah,
please do. Like I said, it's December 6th now. Technically, submissions close on the 9th, just to give me enough time to get everything prepared for the 11th. But it's still the beginning. We still need a lot of artists. We're a little bit lenient on the rules at this point. So if you want to get your stuff in, now's a great time. We could really use it. And in fact, I'll go ahead and say this on the record. The array pieces can be something that you've already published to Instagram or something or whatever. The pyramid pieces can't. But to get into 1111 on the application, you're supposed to submit your array piece and your pyramid piece. But like I said, because we're still trying to get as many artists in as possible, if you're listening to this, you can go to 1111nft.gallery, go to submit your work. There's a link. And where it says, where you have the slot for pyramid piece and slot for array piece, if you want to get in right now, you can just submit your array piece and then just put that same array piece in the pyramid piece slot, and anywhere else it requires an image. And we'll get you in, and then we'll give you until the next or the beginning of the next epic to actually get your pyramid piece in. So we require the pyramid piece up front, technically, just so that we have it, so that once the voting happens, we have it and we don't have to reach back out to the artist and say, hey, you got in. But we want to lower the barrier to entry at this point. So yeah, just put that array piece in every slot. Just make some note somewhere in there that you did that. And, we'll have your email so we can reach back out when the time comes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's there's the
form. Yeah.
Form, yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to try to get something in before the 9th then. Get a couple
Awesome.
pieces here together.
Yep, love
Um,
to have you and anybody
yeah,
else.
awesome. Yeah.
Uh,
There's a few
uh,
artists in this community that might jump in, I could see.
James Duvall, if you're still listening and you have something you want to sketch on paper and take a picture of, please do.
Yeah, let's throw them in.
Yeah, let's get everybody in there.
I know, for real. All right, Dr. Noby, it's been a pleasure chatting with you for sure here.
Ditto. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go. I gotta do a little bit of house cleaning here for the family holders, and then we're gonna end the show. We'll raid into somebody's out there for sure.
Cool. Sounds good.
But pleasure, man. Nice meeting you. I'm glad Mars put us together, and let's stay in touch.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
All right, there he goes, babies and gentlemen. Dr. Noby's out the building. There he goes. All right, we got him out there. That was awesome. What a cool project. Man, it's so cool. Like, so many people come on our show, and it's always like interesting how many of them come in from that upland way or whatever, like there's so many people that like haven't been inspired by that project and other projects around it, of course, but like, so I mean, I don't know how many projects we've had that have come on through here that it's like, well, I started in Upland, or and then I had this idea, but I love it. I love it. All right, it's time for us. We got to do the Action Family Club card carrying members race, and we're all set up for that. Let me bring it to the stage so we can hear it and see it. I chose the fancy dress race is what we're going with right now. So in order for you to be able to get into this final race of the show here, you have to be an Action Family Club card carrying member from the LeftHouse collection. So yeah, you gotta get one of those and then go into the Discord, and you gotta log, you gotta sign in every day. And then you get into this exclusive race that we do for the family members. So on your mark, it's that 33-second race. Good luck, you fancy dressed family members. Go! All right. Yeah, these are fancy. I mean, this could have been Halloween. I don't know why they call this just fancy dress. These aren't really fancy. They're like more like costumes. I don't see any ties or boas or boa constrictors around anybody's necks. But I just see funny costumes. 12 seconds left. 10, 9, 8. We're getting closer. The top 3 are going to win today. Top 3 family members will take prizes home. 2 seconds left. Oh, my God. Sandy from the back. Sensei Santa Claus Bull Raj from the Faded Monsuda collection. The greatest card game coming soon on the Wax Blockchain. Love this man. He also does Faded Monsuda Friday mornings here on the Left Action House channel. Look at him run, babies and gentlemen. Look at him go. All right, I'll stop. I'm being an idiot. The top 3 winners of today are Neckbreaker, Kiestas, and Sensei Bull Raj. Well, I guess I'm not giving out Faded Monsuda cards today to the first prize winner. That was my plan. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. All right, dudes and dudettes. What a show, man. Let's just do a real quick review. We got a book. We have, Mr. Dan Eric Finkel coming in with the book, MR.TAFFLES Pants of Insanity. We gave one of those books away live on the show, an in real life book. Super cool project. Heard some of the music from that. Then we talked to Dr. Noby about ElevenEleven. Which had our boys Mars Utah's piece in it. Really cool projects there. I would say award-winning, successful show here. Now let's hope I don't screw it up at the end. But impossible. No, there's only one thing to do though. And that is, where the hell? There's only one thing to do, and that's do some rating. Rating on into the next show here. Okay, let's see. Who needs it? Who wants it? Who do you guys want us to go to? Let's see. I think, where's the raid list? Raid list. Okay, I see NFT Gamer TV. I see Neon Space. I see Life with Sashka. Anybody have any thoughts? Oh yes. Xmas Advantage. Love it. The online in. Oh, the online in is out there. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Why is it not showing up on? Oh, there it is. Perfect. All right, cool. Thank you for that, Dangus. Thank you for pointing me to our brosive Mr. Fraz and the online in. Rocking the Warsaken. It looks like you might be doing something like that. Starting soon, it says here. Gonna start that raid off. Let's get out of here, babies and gentlemen. It's been a wonderful day. Award winning, of course. We'll do it again tomorrow. It'll be a Warsaken Wednesday around here. Oh, God damn it. Oh, gotta stretch those legs.